My current role here with OMF International is Serve Japan Hokkaido representative. In that role, I help with the placement, orientation, care, and evaluation of our short-term workers that come here to Hokkaido. We currently have one woman in her 60s from Canada and a young woman from New Zealand in her early 20s.
My name is Marissa Powell. I'm 24 and I'm from New Zealand.
My name is Karen. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. Yes, and I'm 60 years old. Don't think age should come into, it's not the main factors when going on a short-term mission. The most important is what God puts in your heart.
The woman in her 60s is working in a Japanese international church with Chinese-speaking Japanese. And the younger woman is working not only in childcare for our first-term missionaries in language and culture study, but on the weekends she's working with a Japanese church at their English conversation cafe and with the children's ministries on Saturdays.
The highlights have been getting to know the children that I'm working with and getting to know the families, being able to spend time with them outside of doing childcare work, so going to kindergarten bazaars with the families.
I share my testimony, and also I share the bridge diagram, the gospel, and I found that I think the seeds are ready. The Japanese that in a group, they have a group norm, they have to behave a certain way. But if talk to them individually, I found that some of them are really ready. It's just putting down their pride. Yeah, and I think the seeds will germinate.
So I have a few Japanese friends, one in particular that I meet every other week. That she's not a Christian, but just being able to meet with her and keeping on trying to invite her to church and church events and introduce her to God a bit more.
We encourage our short-term workers to have a bigger view of their ministry here in Japan. They come for a short time and they may not see any fruit from their time here, and yet the Lord is using them to help someone to take one step closer to Jesus. If they can have that view, then they are part of a greater work that is being done here by the Lord.
It took a whole year between applying and coming. It was a lot of waiting time for support to come in. And so I think lots of prayers were answered in regards to my support. So it wasn't until 2 days before my budget had to be in the OMF account for me to come that I reached my budget. Yeah.
Consider it more like a vision mission, more like a finding out, facts finding, and for me to learn about Japan, because Japan is still such a mysterious country. I have a lot of people praying for me. I have a prayer team, and also a lot of people were really interested in my mission trips. So they would, like sometimes in the email, they would ask me what are my experiences here. So when I go back, I will be able to share with them kind of the challenges for the missionaries here, and also like to share with them what the missionaries are doing here, especially their faithfulness, because Japan is still, I would say, hard ground, so they're like preparing the soil.
After this, I'm thinking of going back to New Zealand and enrolling in Bible college and doing a 3-year degree, and then hopefully coming back to Japan as a long-term missionary with OMF.
One exciting thing that we are seeing is the Lord is raising up people from around the world to want to come and pray in Hokkaido with the Japanese Christians and for the Japanese who don't know Christ yet. We really believe that the Lord is wanting to do a great thing here. We're praying for revival, and we're seeing that the Lord is really moving towards that in having these prayer teams come. Thank you for praying for the short-term ministry and my part in it.